like to help family members can be a drain on your savings account and your relationship. Our financial expert, Elizabeth Tang-Samuel, is here with some great guidelines for lending that hopefully won't leave your relationships in ruins. Good to have you on today.
Thank you, Renee. So when you do family lending, it's a tough economic time.
Yeah.
And some people are in a position where they can give money. Some people are in a position where they need some money. So to set the expectations is first and foremost the most important, because emotions get involved in family lending.
I think that's what's so hard is that, if you're doing it from a family member, there's obviously a history, there's a foundation, there could be some previous family dynamics or drama. So there's a lot of things that you were saying that, you want to just have in place to ensure that it could be as positive as an experience as possible.
Sure. So before you go enter that contract, be aware that there could be emotions such as scrutiny. So the person that's receiving the money could feel a little scrutinized by the person that's lending the money. One way to get the emotions out of it is actually just put it in writing. Make a contract. Set the expectations, the terms, conditions, if there's an interest rate involved in the lending, put it all there so, when you go to Thanksgiving, you're not kind of badgering the other person.
Right.
Saying, okay, when are you going to pay me my loan?
So you're getting it in writing and it's actually all documented.
Yes, all documented. There are companies that you can use to do the third-party administration. So just like if you went to a bank, you can pay this company to write up the contract for you, withdraw the funds from one account to another. That way you don't have to worry. There is a fee you have to pay to these companies, but you could look and view the fee as a peace of mind,
right,
that you get the money back.
Right. It's like the third party that's kind of the mediator, the one that's not involved. You have some tips that we're going to pop up on our screen for viewers because you're not saying don't ever do this. You're going to share a positive story with us coming up, but knowing the risks, you were talking about that, putting it in writing, and a third party. I think those tips are so important because what you were saying when we were chatting before the segment is, you may or you may not end up getting the money back.
Yes, so before you enter this whole contract, be prepared to not get the money back. Great if you do, but if you don't get the money back, then understand what that might happen to do to your family.
Right. So that sounds like kind of an emotional issue where you have to let go of those expectations that even may happen.
Right, because if you don't pay a bank back, you're not going to have that emotional attachment. Though you should, but if you're not paying your sister back for the loan that you take, there could be a lot of resentment building up.
All right, so a positive story, because you're saying that there are situations that you've been dealing with families where a family member has lent another family member money and it ends up being okay.
It was okay. I have a family member that has a loan from another family member. It was a sister and a brother situation, and they used a third party. They used a bank to administer the loan. The person that received the money has a very successful business now. They have a great school here in San Diego, and it was a very positive experience for both sides, and they both actually gained from the experience. So it can work. Just make sure you put the expectations down. It is worth possibly using an unbiased financial expert to see if it makes sense on both ends. One thing to also keep in mind is income taxes. So you do want to check with your own personal accountant to see if this lending could trigger a taxable event as well. So really take the time before you enter this contract and see from all angles how it affects both sides.
Okay, so you're not saying don't do it, you're just saying enter with caution and don't lend more than you can afford to lose.
Exactly.
All right, Elizabeth, great to see you, and thank you so much for some good advice today.
Thank you, Renee.
Great, good to have you on. Okay, well, Greg, we're going to talk about some bunny rabbits with you over there.
That's right, Renee. Easter is just a few days away, and the bunny rush is on. Sales for rabbits, chicks, and ducks are way up this time of year. But before you bring home your new pet, Darlene White says there are some important things you need to know. They're cute. You could see why people love them, but they're really a lot of work.